All right, lovely rainy early evening. It's humid but a little cooler thanks to a little bit of rain. I wanted to take a picture out here so that you can see some of these beautiful flowers. Yeah, no big deal, right? But I love flowers. Yeah. And the lighting's pretty decent out here, so they look nice. We have a lot of flowers around here, and I dig them. Anyway, this video is I want to start this glossary of odd terms. Let me tell you where this comes from. At one time, Brian Weston and myself, I'm out close to the road here because back in the day, they built these old farmhouses close to the road because it was just convenient. So that's why not all, but a lot of farmhouses are very close to the road. And then the property runs up, beyond the hill, up past the house. Everything's back further. But Brian Weston and I, at one time, we wanted to come up with some very, very bizarre terms for body parts and things that people wouldn't know what in the hell we were talking about. And then we always imagined one day we would make, like a DVD, and it would be really cool, and everything would be awesome, and we just put whatever music we wanted in the background, kind of like my original website back in the day, if you remember it, Pro Size Fitness. That website got a lot of traffic through it, and had a lot of really awesome shit on it, and I didn't care. I'd fucking put shit on there. I didn't care whose music it was. Look at that. Man, I wish I had the fucking camera turned around. You could have seen that fucking hawk. It's huge. Anyway, so I wanted to, the site had all kind of, real heavy music, and it was awesome. I didn't give a shit. I could care less. I had some really cool shit on there. It was unreal. Not my music, in other words, all that kind of crap, but I really didn't care. Well, none of it was for profit anyway. It was just for shits and giggles. But we always thought we would do a DVD like that and just give it away, and it would have training shit on it, and everything would be really on time, and we'd make sure both of us were in incredible condition for the shoot, but, go through all this just for the catch. And the catch was that we would refer to all the body parts by, our own names that we came up with that were so bizarre. People would be like, how the fuck did these guys ever even build these physiques or lift these kind of poundages when they don't even know what the fuck they're saying, So what we called traps was upper back neck. So we'd say, we're going to train some upper back neck today. That would be traps. And of course, back arms or triceps, that's been around. We didn't invent that one. But upper back neck, I thought that was fucking awesome. I came up with that, just hilarious. And another one I came up with is peculiar. Peculiar, that's it, peculiar. Like you say you're in mixed company or whatever, and you're referring to a busty chick, or you're describing her, maybe your girl's there or something, so you have to watch what you say. So you say that she's very peculiar. And then, everybody knows what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. You don't think it's funny, right? I think it's all fucking funny. So what I wanted to do was revisit that and see if you guys have any suggestions for really cool, funny names that we can give to other body parts, kind of like upper back neck for traps. That's gold. That's classic. That one stays, upper back neck for traps. Back arms for triceps has to stay because it's just already established, so well established. But anything else, we come up with some other cool things. There's terminology and things that we can use. It would just be neat to start to use them because I don't want to do anything anybody else is doing. I kind of just want to have, I prefer just to do our own fucking thing, just totally fucking fuck everybody, just completely, rebel, outlaw, completely opposite of everybody else, because I don't have a lot of love for what everybody else is doing, basically, because they're all doing the same shit. Especially just saw Blahaha's latest video, and where he's talking about, he's warning young up-and-coming bodybuilders, young guys that might be 18, and they're thinking about a life of bodybuilding as a lifestyle. He's warning them that, be advised that this G4P may be something you will be forced to do, you'll have to do, and then you'll find out that you didn't bargain for that, and if you're not ready for that, you may want to consider another lifestyle. What are you trying to do, Blahaha? Are you grooming these guys? Are you in the closet or something? Are you grooming these dudes? Letting them know that if you're going to work out or lift weights or you're considering a bodybuilding lifestyle, that be advised, G4P may be like a mandatory part of it you'll have to do. Where does this guy get his information? Does he even really know anybody that bodybuilds? I don't think that he does. I mean, he even's talking about how rampant growth hormone use is, and he knows guys that are competing natural shows and they spend $1,000 a month just for their growth hormone, and this necessitates, a lot of this G4P for these young guys. Number one, who is 18 years old? Is there lots of 18-year-olds walking around so jacked that they're just can make all their money from G4P just because, even if they wanted to, just because their bodies are so developed? If G4P is so rampant, according to him, then there wouldn't be a lot of room for amateurs. You would have fucking pro level G4P dudes, right? Why would you 18-year-olds? I just don't get it. I know some guys in their 20s that are incredible physiques, and I think that's amazing. A 22-year-old guy with an incredible physique is amazing. An 18-year-old guy, I haven't seen it yet, but maybe it's out there. I don't know. You're going to build that much muscle by the time you're 18 and also be that ripped too. I don't know. And then the $1,000 a month bill for growth for natural competitive bodybuilders. Come on. I got to call bullshit. I'm sorry. I know people want to believe the worst, but I got to call bullshit. I never used GH until I got to a pro show. I never used it at all. And I'll tell you what, I gave it a fair run for its money, because I bought into the hyperplasia idea of it, and I ran like fucking heavy, ridiculous dose, and I didn't spend $1,000 a month. And I spent a ridiculous dose, dude, a ridiculous dose for like 4 or 5 months. And you know what it did for me? Fuck all. 4 or 5 months is supposed to, everybody was saying at the time, people that know, right? At the time, the belief was, and I'm talking about, this is what big pros were saying, that, at the 4-month mark, you started to experience hyperplasia, where you actually developed new muscle cells rather than just hypertrophy. But it took like 4 solid months, so I gave it a fair run. I was doing like insane amount of GH for like 5 months, and what I found it to be was this low, moderate amount. It's awesome for holding muscle when you diet. At high levels, if you're big and you have a lot of muscle, if you're coming in 250 or something, you can hold a lot of muscle as you diet hard. That's what I found it useful for, dieting. I didn't see it useful for mass, for building muscle. I just didn't see it. And so I figured it was a waste of money, but I always went by that rule, diminishing returns thing, and that's what I do today. Today it's more risk versus reward for me. But the law of diminishing returns says, I got to spend all this fucking money, and I spend this much more, and I'm going to get this much back, of an advantage over what I already have, spending much less. Is it worth it? No. So I didn't do it anymore after that. I've never done it again after that. I could use it. It would be really good for me now just because of my age. I'm talking at less replacement dosages. It would be really good, especially for my connective tissue. This is why older guys get so many connective injuries, related injuries, because you get so old, you stop making GH, or you make so little, and that's what tears your connective tissue apart. That's what does it. The wear and tear from what you've been doing. Bodybuilding is really hard on connective tissue, believe it or not. I think it's harder on connective tissue over the long haul than powerlifting, because of the way you train, just the micro tear on top of micro tear on top of micro tear, just repeatedly forever, ad nauseum. I think that's really hard on connective tissue, and then being older too, producing so little GH, you're setting yourself up to tear shit apart. Now, there are guys that defy that law. You got Boulder, right? Danny. He's well over 500-pound raw bencher any day, anytime. And he squats, over 7 raw anytime. These aren't even like record lifts of his. These are, what he can do. And, he competes in powerlifting. He squats to depth and all that shit. We're talking about, down, touch your chest, pause, all that shit. And he uses no GH, and he's 51, 52, no GH. So some people defy the rules. That's why when older guys ask me, what can I expect at my age? Shoot for the stars and be happy with what you get. You know what I mean? Shoot for the stars and just be happy with what you get. You've earned it. You're going to be happy with what you get. You're not going to be dissatisfied. But shoot for the stars, because nobody knows. Nobody can say. Nobody can say that how much you're going to gain at a certain age or what your limits are, because it's different for everybody. There's always somebody out there that, believe it or not, that they just, their body, for whatever reason, he must still make a shitload of growth, or he makes plenty enough. Younger guys, I really don't see the benefit. All I see is risk, because you're already making enough. You're making enough, and I don't see the benefit of the shit. I mean, you'd have to take, I don't know. I mean, I started getting all the, the numb fingers and all that shit at that point, and I was like, man, no, this is no good. But, and then really dieting down, you really need to use T3 with it, to keep from cooling off. But, yeah, but that's neither here nor there. I don't use either anymore, and I haven't since then, and that's been like a decade ago. But growth, one of these days I keep saying that I should use some growth, low dose, like 2 IUs a day or something. Maybe not even every single day, but I don't know, you know what I mean? I say that and then I don't do it. I haven't really made you do it, and I can get it really inexpensively if I wanted good shit, Still wouldn't be at $1,000 a month mark by any means, so I don't know where Blahaha gets his information. He doesn't know. That's bullshit. I call bullshit. He doesn't know natural guys competing that are using $1,000 a month of growth. And they have to do G4P because they can't afford. If they're using $1,000 a month of growth, they're fucking idiots, and because they're way overpaying. And if they don't even need it actually, really, at all. But at pro level, I guess you probably need it to diet down and be that big in that condition. But anything nationals, I don't know. It wasn't in my time. You didn't need to. Maybe you do now. Now it's getting dark out here. It might be going to start pouring on my fucking camera any minute now. And this is a 4K camera. I spent some money for this fucking camera. I don't shoot in 4K because the son of a bitch takes too long to load. Those 4K videos, man, they're big. They take a lot of file room up there. They fill that little card up. It takes a long time to work with them. And then I'll be even videos up than I am now. Look how dark it's getting. Pretty soon you won't be able to see me. People will be complaining about the quality of this fucking video. And my language. I'm sorry. I got to start to work on it. I'm very talkative, aren't I? I had a cup of coffee from Starbucks on my way home. At my old age. You see, people think I need all this other shit. I can't even drink a friggin' cup of coffee without getting cranked up. Anyway, I'm way off the subject. I was just asking for suggestions for our new glossary of oddball terms and shit. We can, just something funny. I think it's funny. Look, I'm sorry. I'm simple. I like amusing myself that way. I think everything's funny. All right, I'm out of here. You guys have an awesome evening. And give me some suggestions, man. Try and come up with some funny shit. Out of the bunch of us, we should be able to come up with some stuff. All right, let me get out of here before it gets too dark and can't even see this thing. I may not even post it once I look back at it because it probably makes no sense. It goes all over the place. Have a great evening.